Hi guys, in this episode of the Nostalgia Trip, I'm gonna be continuing with my reactions to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 1987 series. Currently we are on Season 2, Episode 11, Teenagers from Dimension X, as opposed to the Hot Rodding Teenagers from Dimension X, which we had last season. Who knows, maybe this is the exact same teenagers, I guess we're gonna find out. But, yeah, it's really interesting. We've had 2 episodes of Rise of TMNT which have been really exciting, and I expected that last episode that we checked out of TMNT 1987 was gonna be just as fun, because I thought the reason why I enjoyed last episode of Rise of TMNT, called The Gumbus, was because I was in a good mood, and it just felt like a good day, and I felt like I was less judgy and I was going to be able to enjoy the episodes more. But after watching last episode, it still wasn't that entertaining. So I'm hoping that we don't follow the same kind of trend as we did for the Rise of TMNT, but in the opposite side of things. Because for like Rise of TMNT, we've had 2 episodes that I've really enjoyed now, and I'm hoping that for TMNT 1987, we're not gonna have 2 episodes that I really hate. Although, like, I don't hate last episode, which was the one with the police robot. It just was a very dumb and nothing kind of episode. Like, even for a filler episode, it wasn't much happening. So I'm hoping that this is gonna be a better episode. But to be honest, I don't think that's going to be the case, because it already feels, judging by the title, that it is kind of like a rip-off of the episode that we had last season, and if it features those characters as well, I mean, I don't really think it's going to make me enjoy it more. Let's just say that. Because I think episode 4 of last season was one of my least favorite episodes of the show so far. But yeah, who knows? There's only one way to find out how I'm going to feel about this episode. But before we get into it and find out how I'm going to feel about it, I do want to remind you that you can get a full-length version of these reactions over on my Patreon or Ko-fi account, where by subscribing to the specific tier I've created for it, you can get access to all of my full-length reactions, which includes cartoons and their associated movies, live-action TV series with episodes that are 20 minutes long, live-action TV series with episodes that are 40 minutes long, and movie full-length reactions. You can get full-length reactions to all of those things, although some of them are at separate tiers, so keep that in mind. But if you don't want to support me over there, that is completely fine. You can just stick with the YouTube videos as well. That still helps me out immensely. So it's completely up to you in which way you want to support me, or whether you want to support me at all. So yeah, enough chit chat about things you don't care about. Let's just get into the reaction in 3, 2, 1. Man, I feel like by the time we are at the end of the show, I'm really gonna miss watching it. Even though at some point it will feel like a chore reacting to the show, but I really love the vibe that the show gives off.
They sure don't make love stories the way they used to.
Hey, speaking of love stories, Michelangelo, tell us all about the romance you had with that neutrino chick, Kala.
Oh, who, us? Well, we were just good friends.
Sure you were.
When did
Like
that
Romeo and
happen?
Juliet.
No, honest, dude.
So I guess it is going to be those teenagers from Dimension X.
Remember what happened to us last time? Sure, it sent us to her. And I met Michelangelo.
I don't remember that. But to be honest, it was a boring episode that I kind of just turned off my brain to watch, so...
What's happening? Looks like we tapped into the interdimensional transmission.
I am here, Craig.
Oh, interesting. It's like one of those interceptions of police radio.
Once inside the mental neutralizer, those turtles will become mindless zombies.
Sure, as if this plan is gonna be the one that actually stops the turtles. It's not like the, let me check, 20th fucking plan that you've tried.
Freaks they are. This is seriously uncool. We must warn our friends, the turtles. Hey, dig this. If our hypersignal works on the same frequency, we can use it to cancel out that gizmo's waves.
So, those teenagers are able to open portals, are they? That could prove most useful to me.
Yeah, it will. You won't have to be a servant of Krang anymore.
That's right. Maybe we can make the turtles find out.
You know how I said in the first episode, which featured these dipshits, that I kind of find them somewhat entertaining because they felt faster paced compared to the Turtles. Well, I'm now used to the way the characters in this show speak, the speed at which they speak. So now it really comes off as annoying with these things with their stupid voices. They really come off as annoying now.
Checking for news reports, fool. If the media has gotten wind of those neutrinos,
We interrupt this program for a special...
Didn't know that this thing fucking had cable.
Over the city.
they're at the Channel 6 building. Come on.
Shredder? What's he up to now?
That was the wrong voice, guys. That was clearly Raph. And the voice was Leo's. You know, I'm really starting to get used to the voices of these characters. Like, after listening to them for like 16 episodes now, I kind of start to understand why they chose the voices that they did for the 2003 series. They're actually not that different.
One must be like the willow that bends with the storm.
Oh yeah, I could dig where you're coming from. You gotta be zen. Oh.
So much for relaxing with Zen.
Shredder gets here. I am here, you cretin. The device you used to open the portal to the memory.
Oh man.
And I want it now.
I wish Shredder was as creative with his offensive statements every single time. Most of the time he's just repeating the same
I command
thing.
you to find that car. What else can go wrong?
The Turtles. They're here. You should never ask that, Shredder.
This guy's sharp as a bowling ball, isn't he?
Surrender, Shredder, or face the consequences of your actions.
I love that theme, man. Their battle theme, so good.
Fools! In a matter of moments, you will be mindless slaves.
I'm glad that this episode is actually better than both the episode that featured these little shits last time and last episode.
Oh, gee, that sure was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it's not fair. It's just not fair.
Whine more, Shredder. I don't think you can become even more pathetic than this at this
We
point.
just flip this chrome-plated switch and that's weird.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
Positive. All we have to do is bombard the crystal.
Man, you would think that finding a particle accelerator that is unguarded and easily accessible would be hard. But no, it's actually super easy, barely an inconvenience. Prepare for shit ton of metahumans.
It's about to explode.
Run, turtles! Run!
Any ideas?
Yeah, I say we blow this joint before this joint blows us.
Craig, what do you want?
To help you find the turtles and the neutrinos.
Donatello, you sure have a flair for the dramatic.
Hey, look! The gizmo's charged up again.
Now all we have to do is get it back to the Starmobile.
Oh, I'd follow you anywhere.
What's that?
I don't know, but that's one crazy doorbell.
The turtles! They're in trouble!
And you're gonna help how?
Now I can open a portal to Dimension X on my own. With the turtles as my captives, I'll show that bag of brains.
What do you want us to do with these clowns, boss?
Leave them. The vermin that live here will finish them off.
What vermin lives there? It's a destroyed part of New York, but why the fuck is it destroyed? Last I fucking checked, there wasn't a war in the USA in 1980, in the 80s.
Would you like to see what I have in store for you? Rock steady, Bebop, now!
What's that thing?
I'm hoping it's a piece of modern art. Somehow I doubt it.
Put them in the Mento neutralizer.
Pimento naturalizer? Whoa, sounds like something you put on a pizza.
We should only be so lucky.
While your brains are being drained, I will activate the portal.
Did he say brain drain?
Oh,
Man, this is actually genuinely one of the most successful plans by Shredder. I wish it was better written though, because it really feels like it's just another plan, like nothing about it is spectacularly powerful to the point where it would cause him to overpower the turtles and capture them and take them down, you know?
Few pictures. Why are you doing that? Hey, it worked for the turtles.
Yeah. Whenever in trouble, just go down the sewers.
What in blazes?
what's wrong, bud?
I can't move.
Nice job, guys.
Count our prodigious ninja dexterity. Yeah, like what he said.
Big deal. We still got days.
But not for long.
Dude, that's not how you use the stick, man. These are supposed to be hand-to-hand weapons, not fucking projectiles.
Time, Shredder.
Hmm.
I'm gonna miss you guys. Especially you, Michelangelo.
Aw.
Yeah, likewise. That's why I brought you a little going away present.
Oh, wow! An Earth pizza! That's really cool!
Did you say cool?
I'll probably never get to see Callan again.
Look on the bright side.
I don't think so.
You gained
Never say never, man.
Whoa, you know something? You're right!
Okay, so yeah, this was definitely a little bit more enjoyable compared to last episode we checked out of this show. I think the biggest reason why is because it's a sequel episode, aka it's a continuation of a story thread that we've had before. And yeah, I don't necessarily think that's the only reason why this was really enjoyable, but it is definitely a reason why it was so enjoyable. Because, like I said, in the original episode where these teenagers were introduced, I didn't really give a shit about them that much. Sure, I kind of enjoyed the fast-paced talking because I still wasn't used to the slow-paced talking of this show. But other than that, it was a very forgettable episode that I honestly literally remember almost falling asleep to. But yeah, in this episode, I actually didn't really give too much of a shit about him, but in general, it just felt like a decently enjoyable episode. I think one of the reasons, and all the reasons why this actually felt like a more enjoyable episode is because it felt like Shredder was not necessarily more threatening, but more successful at fighting the turtles. And definitely wasn't handled really well because, like I said, I feel like he managed to capture them and defeat them for a little bit just because the turtles, just because it was forced to be written that way. They forcibly wrote the turtles to be defeated. Like, it didn't feel like there was a fight between the two where he just overpowered them, but no, they just wrote the turtles have to get captured, because when they were captured in the particle accelerator room, they easily could have just fucking run through the vent that they came in, but no, it was written that they had to get shot, so that's why they got shot and got captured. And I feel like that's a little bit lame, but it still made Shredder, or at least that faction, be a little bit more capable. It come off more capable and threatening, because so far every single plan of his has kind of failed more or less, so even this one as well. But again, that one is just because of incompetence, because the buffoons that he has as bodyguards just don't know how to be actual proper bodyguards and servants, because they should have literally just stood by the machine and kept the guns pointed at it in case the turtles tried to escape. But no, they just had to be with Big Daddy Shredder. And at the end, he just, again, run away. I'm not sure how many more episodes we actually have from season 2. I think we have 2 more episodes, so I'm hoping that we're gonna get something cool for the finale of the season, but I'm not gonna get my hopes too high, because honestly, it's better to keep my hopes low and then for it to turn out to be a really good episode, but yeah. And then we're going to be getting into one of the longest seasons of this show. I think season 4 is the longest one with like 40 episodes or something. But I'm pretty sure like season 3 also had its fair share of shit ton of episodes. So yeah. Overall better than last episode, but still not really the most interesting thing ever. But to be honest, I am gonna say that for a lot of episodes of this show, I feel like, because a lot of them are not gonna be that interesting. But at least as we make our way through the show, more things are gonna get introduced and more concepts, more characters. So I think there's gonna be enough things to spice it up. Especially because I'm only doing like an episode per day, and even not that much, because there are times like the last 2 weeks where I didn't record shit for like 2 weeks. So we're gonna manage to get through this. I know that it might seem like a lot and everything, but if you're doing it little by little, eventually it's gonna get to till the end. Because like when I was reacting to the 2012 series at first, I felt like it was gonna be a long time until I finish it, and it was. But like because I wasn't really enjoying it at first, it felt like it was far more episodes than they actually were. And eventually we got to the end. Like no matter how much you think a thing is in the future and how far in the future it might be, you will get there eventually, and you will feel like, oh man, I can't believe we're actually here. It felt like yesterday when we just started. So that's kind of why I'm not worried about it, because I've seen some of you guys kind of question whether I will actually manage to watch through all the episodes. And I'm gonna be honest, you guys asking me whether I will manage to do that is kind of making me more eager to actually do that, just to prove it to you that I will. But to be honest, I'm genuinely just enjoying this show, more or less. Like, if nothing else, the vibe of it is genuinely kind of nostalgic to me, so even if we get bad episodes, I'm gonna watch through it. Especially because I am not forcing myself to watch more than an episode per day, so it shouldn't be too annoying. Yeah, I got a little bit sidetracked here, but overall, it's an okay episode. Hopefully next one will be better, although judging by the thumbnail of it, I don't think so. But anyway, what did you guys think about this episode? Comment thoughts down below and let's have a discussion about it. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 8 patrons on Patreon. Omar Bridgman, Deadpool, August Dice, Little Uzi, Corby Dead, Drew, Gacha Foxy, and Hotshot Ninja. Thank you guys for your support, I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me that you've decided to support me and you have continued to support me for such a long time. Hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. Another thing that I also want to tell you guys before we end this video is something about me that some of you may or may not know, that will also explain why do I look and dress the way that I do. That being the fact that I am trans. In particular, I am somewhere between a non-binary person and a trans woman. I'm not quite sure at the moment and probably won't be sure until I talk to a professional who deals with trans people, but that is where the reason why I'm telling you all this comes. I need your help. Due to the fact that I live in a homophobic and transphobic Eastern European country with a family that won't really accept the fact that I'm trans if they found out, there is not really a feasible or easy way for me to transition here with minimal repercussions. So that's why I would really appreciate any kind or any amount of support that you guys can give me with this. That said, I don't want to guilt trip you or anything, so if you don't want to or you don't have the means to help out, that's fine, don't feel bad. I just want you to know that it would be greatly appreciated if you did help me out get out of this situation. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and thank you for hearing me out. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, check out the link in the description to my Twitter if you want to follow me over there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Coffee account, where you can pledge your support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with someone who you think might enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!